Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another special edition stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to do Premier League Team of the Season. So, you know, there isn't much for me to argue for this year, unlike last year, where I was on every single one of these, just arguing for every single one of my players. Unfortunately, I can't be doing that this year because we absolutely suck. But we're going to have a lovely show because there's so many incredible players in this Premier League to argue, so many players in this Premier League, to have the conversation about regarding this team of the season. A few places where we're definitely going to argue about a player or two. Before I introduce the panelists, everyone watching us right now, please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person in watching us now or on the replay, please do like the video. Please subscribe to This is Football. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Get involved. And for all the people, because I know how my subscribers move, for all the people who want to mess up this lineup, because I know exactly what Messi FC is going to do, $1.99, put Curtis Jones in there. We're putting a cap on your super chats. It has to start with £5, and you can only do it at the end because you guys are going to ruin this whole thing. I know you guys. It's going to be Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, blah, blah, blah by the end of the video. But anyway, everyone watching us right now, please do make sure you slap the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And let me introduce the panelists, ladies and gentlemen. My brother from the sewages, my brother from the gutter. He's here to just argue for everyone else, which is exactly what I'm here for. We ain't here to argue for our players. You've seen us together on the Friday show on Mason Mount, and we were vibing. So here to not talk about Chelsea, therefore making him happy, is none other than the man himself, man like Andrew the Winter Surfer. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I feel I'm the most neutral person here, and I'm happy again. You've got me on back-to-back stream. This only happened back in 2022 with the World Cup. You know what I mean? I'm back-to-back happy on these streams. And you said you're arguing for like little players. I'm arguing for none of my players. They're not sniffing even driving the tour bus on this stream. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm going to be mainly an observer. I'll chip in, but you know what I mean. It's going to be fascinating watching people battle like for their own players, and I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna be very neutral, but I will make sure I give my opinion. So I'm all good. But before that, subscribe, share the video, please. Thank you very much.
Big up, Andrew, man. And speaking of that Mason Mount video, he made me promise that we're not gonna include Mason Mount in this team. He's like, I don't trust you enough. He's a Man United fan. You can tell by his reaction. He was also on that stream with man like Andrew, but he was depressed alongside Flawless. Today, representing Man United, no, I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be shameless as hell, try argue for Luke Shaw and stuff. But joining us on the channel is the man that's been repping United on my channel for a while now. We met on Igal's channel, and Igal has to hold that because he introduced us the wrong way. He made us want to fight, even though we didn't want to fight that day. So it's always Igal's fault. Igal out. So joining us on the channel is the man himself, man like Mustafa. How are you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother? Thank you for having me. Listen, Andrew, you were just saying that you're making a back-to-back appearance on Hassam's channel. Listen, I could say the same. I have one more appearance to tie Guardiola's three-peat. So let's see if I can do that later this week. But thank you for having me, bro. And listen, no Mason Mount talks. Please, like if you saw my story on Instagram yesterday, I had to spend a night out in Brooklyn just to get over the FA Cup and Mount. I just like if people follow me, they see like I was just like spending a great night last night. So no more Mount talks, guys. We just want to.
You're not gonna put Mount as left winger in the team,
bro. Well, I don't want to say this name for the next like 24 hours. So no, we will not be mentioning it about. But thank you for having me.
Man. Big up, Staffy. That's gonna be your problem next year. I can't wait.
Don't worry about it a year from now.
Speaking of Igal, he's making his return to This is Football, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since he's come on the channel, but he's always repping Arsenal to the fullest. And this year, he don't have to fight because a lot of his players probably do get in there today. So, he's probably going to be a lot happier than us three right here on the panel. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the man always repping Arsenal on This is Football. You've seen us work together 100 times. Man like Igal is in the building. How are you doing, Igal?
Back to life. back to reality. I'm here. I'm chilling, bro. We're kicking it. We're kicking it. Arsenal's doing well. I'm happy, bro. Even though the season didn't end the way I wanted it to end, I'm happy to be back, Hussam. It's gonna be a good show.
You're always welcome, my brother. Always welcome. And listen, in typical fashion, we always leave the debutant to the end so we can roast his ass. This guy is a smug little ginger guy I met on the terrace, you know. He tried come for me, but he comes for me on the sly. You know, he's not one of them ones who's gonna fight or any of that, but he'll drop you one-liners that'll just trigger the shit out of you. He's that type of guy who'll trigger you with that one-liner. He'll drop a sentence in there. He'll unnecessarily mention the slip 10 years ago. He'll unnecessarily mention, you know, one league title in 30 years. He'll unnecessarily tell me F my team for no reason whatsoever. We're there hating on United and he just says F my team. Okay. You know, but he is nothing like his name. I know when you guys gonna hear this name, maybe, you know, you're gonna be like, damn, like, is the name representative of his character? No, it's not. Joining us on the channel is the man himself. Some people do call him the football terrace KDB because of their, you know, ginger attributes they share together. Man like Nubbins has joined us on the channel. How are you doing, bro?
Right, I'll accept all of that slander, but I'm not ginger. Where's that come from?
Yo,
Strawberry blonde.
I'm like dirty blonde. Will be, yeah,
Strawberry
so
blonde.
I'll accept. You know, all of the other slanderous things that were just said about by Hussam. You know, fantastic welcome, but that ginger comment was just outrageous. You know,
Listen, no, us
everyone.
Arabs are not used to these colors, so all of
That's
them we
true.
just label them the same. They're all just ginger to us.
Hey, Middle Easterners, you're all gingers to us. You get me? Hey,
That's
but at
all
least
right,
you're
then.
getting. You know what it is? KDB brought the love for the gingers back for you know, for the world, because after we saw what Paul Scholes was doing to his daughter's toes, let's
Oh
not
God, yeah.
let's not get
Shut
there.
up, a guy like that.
KDB is at
God.
least, you know, a regular ginger guy. At least I didn't call him Paul Scholes. That would have been an insult right there. But big up,
And a
Nobby.
rare KDB win where he shows up in the final.
Exactly. Unlike Paul Scholes, where the only final he played, they lost. Big up to Nelson, who sends in a super chat. He says, love for the love, bro. Thank you, Nelson, for the super chat. Big up to you guys. And once again, I will repeat. I know my subscribers are assholes. You can only change this team at the end. I know, because you guys don't know what's going to happen. We're going to be arguing midfield. Some guy send in $1.99. Curtis Jones. Listen, you can only change the team at the end. So we're going to give you some time at the end to mess with it. You can't mess with it while we're speaking. And we're putting a cap so we can dunk on Messi FC's head top. Anyway, slap the like, subscribe, and let's just get this party started. Look, I actually should use create formation. You know, Igal's right, Loki. So before we even add the thing on the screen and everything, let's just discuss quickly what formation we want to use, because this is going to influence everything along the way. There's two formations, in my opinion. It could be a 4-3-3 or a 3-5-2. Those are the two.
Traditional 4-3-3.
Are we doing this the PFA team of the year way, where they do 3 forwards, for example, rather than a left winger, right winger, striker? Or are we doing it's got to be a left winger, got to be a striker, got to be a right winger?
Yeah,
Nobbins, that's why I'm saying if we do 3, because I know exactly what you mean. 3-5-2, you can put both strikers up in there. But I'm not going to play Harry Kane left wing. That's not what I'm going to go. I'm not going to
Okay, so players have to go in their specified positions. Got it.
Yes, in their actual position.
Got it.
So what are you saying?
I did say 4-3-3. Keep it simple. Anyone disagree?
Yeah, 4-3-3 is correct. Yeah.
I don't mind doing the 3-5-2, but or a 5, whatever, however you want to say it. But here's the thing: to put Kane in this formation, do we really want to sacrifice the likes of Saka, Salah, Rashford, Martinelli for some midfielders? I don't really know. So I say we would go with a 4-3-3, because I can't really make a case for too many midfielders. But I do have.
Okay, so we'll just go with a typical 4-3-3, which is a DM 2 8s.
Yeah. Hussam,
Right?
I did 2 midfielders in my show, and we lost credibility.
I'll trust you, Miguel. That's probably not the only reason why you lose credibility. It's more than that, but
Well,
you know, I get what
fair
you're
enough.
saying.
Fair enough. Okay, so listen, we're gonna stick with a 4-3-3. Big up to AJ, says Sam. Hopefully your team's better than Igal's. Hey, don't worry, I'm here now. I'm here. The king of balance is here. We're gonna balance this stuff out. We ain't gonna allow. I'm actually here to fight for a few City players. Make no mistake about it, because you know, I'm sick and tired of the disrespect to some of them. but we will speak on it in a second. Big up to you, AJ. Thank you so much for the super chat. So let's just go ahead, put in the layout. Let's present the people with the infamous creative formation. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe, Habibis. And let's get this party started. So, the one position I'm going to argue, guys. The one position. I have to. My goalkeeper is Alisson Becker. Now, hear me out. He's the only guy I'm going to argue. Okay, that's a lie. I'm probably going to argue one more guy. But this guy, no exaggeration whatsoever, being deadly serious right now. Without Alisson Becker, Liverpool are probably 16th. Liverpool are much worse than where we're at right now. I think when you look at the statistics, statistically speaking, he saved Liverpool 15 points this season. He's the goalkeeper with the most one-on-one saves. I believe as well when it comes to Alisson Becker, he's actually saved the most XG or one of these advanced analytics type stuff, which I don't like to get into. But, he's the one who kind of saved, the kind of the most, basically one-on-one, saved his team the most points in this entire league. So I hope my pitch is strong enough, Whoever wants to chime in, go for it.
As the only real neutral here, I will say this. I agree. I know people might put up Pope or Ramsdale or something like that. I truly believe without Alisson, especially the early parts of the season, you'd be battling us for 12th, 13th, possibly. He's put us some standing saves. Now, I know he made a mistake in the Champions League game and stuff like that, people point out, but all goalkeepers make mistakes. But some of the games where you won by like single-digit goals and stuff like that, he was truly the difference, and that's what I'm looking for in goalkeeper of the season, stuff like that. Not the one that always, because if we were looking on clean sheets, David De Gea would have a good chance of being goalkeeper of the year this year, and that's just not going to happen. So, I agree with Alisson, the difference that he makes with you. He's really earned his money this year, unlike so many other players in so many other clubs. So I agree with you. I think Alisson, for me, I would pick as the goalkeeper of the year.
Yeah, it's got to be Alisson. That stat you were alluding to, Hassam, that was a post-shot XG plus or minus, and Alisson's got like a differential of +9. So that means basically he's stopped 9 goals more than a normal keeper would have saved in that situation, and that's the best in the league, by the way. So yeah, it's you can make an argument for Nick Pope. I think you can make an argument for Brentford's Raya, but I think this is one of the easiest positions in the team. For me, it's just Alisson.
Yeah, honorable mention for Ramsdale, but after Saliba got injured, the whole defense went downhill. So based on the back end of the season, you gotta look at Nick Pope took a big dip. So did Aaron Ramsdale. So in my opinion, those two teams having their dips at the end and Liverpool having such a great end to the season, that's gonna forever be in your memory. So you got to give it to Alisson.
Staffy,
So
same thing.
What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna call this Sam credit points. I'm gonna redeem some Sam credit points that might help me later in the show. But I do agree with everyone. I did previously select Alisson on another show as the goalkeeper of the season, just solely because, as Sam said, like he said it jokingly, like if it wasn't for him, they'd probably be fighting relegation with the amount of goals that they saved, that he saved. Sorry. So when you look at all the goalkeepers, Ramsdale, Pope, Alisson, Raya, even Ederson, all magnificent goalkeepers. But if I could pick to play for next season, especially after what I saw from them today, giving the ball away 17, I would be picking Alisson in a heart. In my opinion, best goalkeeper, and he is the best goalkeeper this season. So I will join the vote here. So it's a clean sweep for Alisson.
Is done. I can just leave the stream now and let these 4 do the team. Listen, I got Alisson in there. I've won already. This is the W. I'm gonna be sorry.
I want to say on a side note, David Raya from Brentford's had a good season, but he concedes more long shots than Kepa. I just want to put that out there.
He did concede a lot of long shots. That's a good point. Yeah.
So he concedes. I don't know what it is with Spanish goalkeepers and long shots at the moment, but they concede a lot of long shots. So, but he's had a decent season.
And also, Andrew, when I look at Alisson, when I'm thinking of all the goalkeepers, I really don't remember any mistakes from him this season. Like I remember Pope versus Liverpool, the red card.
Real Madrid.
But no, I'm talking just solely in the league. Ramsdale had a couple of mistakes. I think it was the Southampton game when he gave the ball away. Pope had the Liverpool game.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
right, yeah.
De Gea, I don't even need to speak about how many mistakes he makes. You know,
But
Ederson,
he-
I think his expected goals conceded was much higher than it should have been. I think he conceded 33, and it should have been like way less than that, something like that. When I look at Alisson, he really does. He didn't do anything notable where I could sit here and make an argument why he shouldn't be here. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is the easiest, one of the easiest positions we're going to vote on.
Which is why the clean sheet record, why it should come to effect, isn't always the standard for
Yes.
goalkeepers. Or else we'll be arguing for David De Gea to be. And we've got a Man
That's
United
true.
fan here.
This is why I'm
and
going
he
to
wouldn't
use that
argue-
when we speak
He
about
wouldn't
defense.
argue for David De Gea to be goalkeeper of the year this year. No way.
No.
And just Alisson, like I said, Alisson, I really credit the great goalkeepers. I really credit them when they're not called upon a lot, and they make that save because they've got it in the mind like that. But he's had to be. This is probably his busiest season ever at Liverpool in terms of saving you, and he's got you a lot.
Like literally ever as well.
Yeah,
Like
he's got you a lot
literally
of
ever.
points. He has saved you a lot of points this season. In fact, what he did in the first part of the season was set you up for that late run.
Let me say this: if they ever introduced MLS type free goal penalties, Alisson would be the best at that. Imagine one-on-one penalties from the halfway yard line. That would be crazy.
Yeah, they do it hockey style, don't they? They do it like hockey style. They just like
Alisson would stop every single penalty. Nah, this is
You know, the thing is, like, it's not even an exaggeration. Everything you guys said is just spot on with this whole Alisson stuff. It's just watching Liverpool has been sad this year. I've become a meme, and he's actually the only one who's kind of like, I wouldn't even say kept his level. I'd even say increased his level because what Andrew said regarding, and look, this is why I always respect keepers like an Ederson, like a let's say a Courtois, keepers like that. The great keepers are keepers that in the 82nd minute have to save a chance and they save it. Alisson this season has shown he's both. Has shown like, I can save you that 82nd minute chance, and if we concede 15 chances, I'm gonna save them too. So he's kind of done both worlds, you know, if you would like. Let me just say this to Kenneth. Kenneth, you know, you ain't new to the channel, my brother. You're saying, are these guys gonna agree with you? First of all we do on this channel is disagree, my brother. That's number one. Number two, who's your argument for the goalkeeper better than Alisson? Who are you gonna put up? Name me the goalkeeper then, because the United fan ain't arguing for De Gea, the City fan ain't arguing for Ederson, and the Arsenal fan ain't arguing for Ramsdale. Do you think any of these guys are gonna break their throats arguing for David Raya? No one's gonna do that, my brother. So big up to you for the super chat, though. So we move on. Right back, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to pitch in here? Because there's quite a few. You know, first of all, the right back options this year are so meaty compared to last year. Let me just say that off the bat, because last year I did a Trent Reece-James debate last year, probably 500 times, and we included Walker in there. We spoke so much. This year, the right backs, it's just like we have to say honorable mention to Wan-Bissaka. Like,
it's Ben White or Trippier. Let's be honest; those are the two options. I don't think
that's
there's
true.
anybody else. And I'm just gonna say this: honorable mention to Ben White. He's been great, but once again, Kieran Trippier's ability to also do set pieces and to contribute on the attacking end more than him is probably going to be why Kieran Trippier gets in over him. But I just think if we were to do an underrated 11, I think both Kieran Trippier and Ben White would also be in that team also. So
I agree.
So I don't
agree.
know. Maybe it's my Arsenal bias, but I'm trying to get Ben White in there, but it has to be Trippier.
I agree. I think Ben White's able to transition into a right back. Now, whatever you think about, he doesn't get close to GNA, but he does the first bit right, which is defend, which is what I'm looking for. But I agree. I think Trippier just outdoes him because of his other. He combines both. Do you know what I mean? But special mention should be made to Ben White for transitioning in that area, especially when you do have a right back, but he's not that fit a lot. But I go with Kieran Trippier.
How about this guy though? On a reel, why do we never mention him?
I think though. Obviously Nobbins would be better to
Kyle Walker.
Tell this. I just think I don't know if Walker's now with City. Now they're all doing best at the business end of the
Walker's
season.
not in City's best team.
No, but what I'm saying is now everyone's like bigging them up at the business end of the season, whether maybe at the start or even 2/3 into the season when they were not clicking as much. No one was mentioning them. But Kyle Walker has been superb at the business end of the season. But
has
he
been.
hasn't. He hasn't played much.
no,
As
no.
much
But I'm just
Akanji-
saying. I'm not saying all season. I'm just saying business end of the season.
Akanji has been playing more right back as of late if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I say Kyle Walker is exempt from this, how many games has he really missed this season? Like, how
Nobbins,
many-
this is your time to shine, Nobbins. You can't be on
Andrew,
mute.
let's say
You
something.
can't be on mute, Nobbins. It's your time.
This is your guy.
I'm not going to argue Kyle Walker because I think the answer is Trippier. I will just talk about Walker for a second because he has. I think it was a surfer who said it. Like he has been better towards the latter stages of the season. He had like a big injury towards the start of the season. There was a moment where like Rico Lewis came into the side and like Walker wasn't able to get back into the starting 11. But as I say, in Walker's defense, he was unbelievable for us, like against Real Madrid, where he like I thought he like shut down Vinicius, especially in the second leg. And I do think that his skill set is really valuable for City, even when we're building out with this 3-3-2 shape. He's not good enough to play the midfield sort of like pivot position, which is what Pep tried to make him play at the start of the season. Like I remember the Newcastle game where St. Maximin just destroyed him because Walker couldn't play the central position. But yeah, so not this season. I wouldn't put him at right back. However, genuinely, I think Kyle Walker is the greatest right back in Premier League history. I will say that.
That's not even a crazy statement. You know why? Because the right backs in history in the Prem have been so meaty. Like the truth is, who are we? Okay, let me not disrespect Ivanovic like that. But other than that, like
Ivanovic,
it's Gary
Aspi, Walker.
Pabst-Ab.
yeah, Gary Neville,
Zabaleta.
Zabaleta, Aspilicueta.
There's
like,
not a lot of great names, yeah.
It's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. It's
If
not a
Kyle
lot.
Walker played in like the Serie A or La Liga, you'd never hear this because it's like Cafu. It's like it's like
Oh, yeah.
Danny Alves.
Mike
when it
Conn.
comes to-
Zanetti.
Yo, one second,
Zanetti.
Nobbins.
Zanetti, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobbins, in your best 11, who plays right back?
What if everyone's fully fit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, is this me personally or what we actually
No,
do?
Nobbins, who plays next week? Who plays
Based
next
on
week?
based on
Champions
this
League
season,
They don't play four in the back anymore.
Kyle
I mean,
Walker,
Walker plays, but he's
I
not.
want
Yeah,
Kyle Walker
Akanji,
to start
right?
against Inter. I want Kyle Walker starting against Inter. As much as I love
Okay.
Akanji, and I mean Akanji's so good he can play left back
He'll,
nowadays.
he'll
But
start as well next week. Akanji and Walker will both start next week. That's what.
and
So
that's a huge shame for Ake, who's been our best defender this season. It's
Right.
a tricky one.
so
It's-
you
Okay,
feel
I
like
think
your
probably
best 11
most of us are in agreement on Trippier as the right back. So
Yeah.
I have no
agree.
problem with that. I think he's deserving of being in there. Left back, and we're gonna go to Staffy for this one because I know he has a hot take. Go on, Staffy.
It's not a hot take, bro. It's
It
not a
is,
hot take
it
at
is,
all.
it is a hot take.
How is it a hot take? Okay, you know what I'm gonna say. Why is Luke Shaw being left back
Okay,
a hot
nice
take?
seeing you guys. I'm going. I'm not
No,
going.
but explain to me why. No, I would love to know why is it a hot take, because every time I talk about this, the person that people put against him is Estupinian, and I'm not dismissing Estupinian's season. But outside of those two, can you name me a third person?
Yes.
Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake.
Okay,
has been
but
the
I'll
best
tell you
left
why I
back
don't
in the
say
league.
Ake. He's the reason why I don't say Ake, because Ake played left center back most of the season. Now, I'm not dismissing Ake as a player. I'm just talking about that specific position.
But I would argue
you-
this. I would argue this, Staffy. Sorry to interrupt. I would argue
Go
Luke
ahead.
Shaw has played his best at left centre back as well this season.
Disagree,
Not
bro.
left
He
back.
I would
played
argue that too.
magnificent. He
Yeah.
did play magnificent left center back, but he didn't play left center back as much as Ake did, because he only played there right after the World Cup for a couple weeks when Lisandro was getting drunk out of his mind in Argentina with the Argentinian team, and then when he got injured after the Sevilla game and we didn't have Varane. So the minute Varane came back, we put him in Lindelof and then pushed Shaw back. So Shaw played, like, I would say 6 games this season as left center back, could be a couple more. But the majority of the season, he's been our main left back, because every time we put Malacia there, he looks like a headless chicken. And this guy also is very
Shout out Mons.
important. Huh?
I said shout out Mons.
Oh, wait, did he call him that?
Yeah, he looks like Malacia.
Is that what you meant? I thought you were talking about the headless chicken. I'm not gonna condone that. I don't know Mons like that, so I can't say anything about it. But no, I really don't understand why it's a hot take. Yeah, I mean, other than his opinion, I'm not hearing the Zinchenko thing. Not with the amount of goals they conceded.
Listen,
in the end of the season when it mattered
Zinchenko
the
would have
most.
had an argument, but he cried too much in the last 2 months.
He averages more.
It was
Bro, stop
it was
that.
too much.
He averages more
wah, wah.
XC, expected
XC,
cries.
yeah.
Bro, you
XC
cried one
it
time.
is.
What are you guys chatting about?
No, bro, that guy's a clown, bro. He can't defend, bro. I'm sorry. I appreciate what he does on the ball, but that guy's a clown. I'll never take
Retired
this
them
guy.
this year.
No, but
I
we
would-
defend as a team. It's not about one player. Look at
Bro,
some
all
of
the
best
goals you guys
teams.
were conceding was because of him.
1 second. Look at some of the best teams. Is anyone going to call out Marcelo for being one of the best left backs? But
Don't even do that,
let's
bro.
be honest.
Because Marcelo on the ball was levels ahead of Zinchenko.
Bro,
It does
but
not
you
work
see
like
your
that.
hypocriticalness right now. Because
How am I
when we
hypocritical?
talk about some of the best players who've been fullbacks as of late, the defending is not the first thing you think about some of these guys. Let's be honest.
I agree. Defending doesn't matter for a fullback. I agree.
Oh yeah, of course you would.
Bro, at this moment in time, if we transition back to defensive fullbacks and we go away from attacking fullbacks, then we'll have a conversation. But as of right now, football has transformed so much that all your players on the pitch are not only going to be important in the defensive end, but they're going to be important in the attacking end. Look at some of the center halves in world football. They start attacks. They don't just defend.
I would like to.
Who are you arguing for, Egal? Sorry, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Who's your argument for left back?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like you look at the league. You could say Nathan Ake didn't do it for the whole entire season. You could say Luke Shaw got dunked on a couple games throughout the season. That's a fact. You
Bro,
could
he
say
kept Haaland quiet when he came to Old Trafford.
One
Like,
second.
talk
You
about
could
this
say-
game. Who dunked on him? He was an idiot in the Brighton game and gave away the penalty, but who dunked on him?
Sorry, I'm having a fire.
Oh.
That's a lie detector, bro. That's not a fire detector.
Okay, it's all sorted now. It's all sorted. Anyways, my thing is, you could literally make a case for and against 4 different left backs. My case for Zinchenko is he was great for about 75% of the season, where you couldn't say that about Luke Shaw. You couldn't really say that about Ake because he was missing and he wasn't playing as much in that left back position. He was playing as a center half for majority of the season.
No,
Let's be honest, he was. First
Not
half
true.
of the season, he was playing as a center half.
not
He
true.
only really started playing left back. When was it? When Cancelo came out, and that was pretty. You know what? I personally had Ake on all my team of the seasons, but I'm making a case for Zinchenko on why you can make a case against every other player. Really and truly, if this happened pre-Liverpool game, everyone would have had Zinchenko. But the fact is, the business end of the season negatively affects a lot of these players.
No, I actually had Ake even pre the Liverpool game. I'm gonna be sorry. I've been calling Ake the best left back in the world this whole year. Like, I just think he's elevated himself on an individual level to something like, we haven't seen before from him. Usually when you see even if you could just go back to last season, the season before this one, when you see Ake left back, no one sat there like, oh my God, Ake's left back. Like, now you're there like, oh my, like Ake's the left back and he can play there and he can battle with the best of them. By the way, both defensively and going forward, and in terms of keeping the ball as well. So for me, all bias aside, I've got to go with Nathaniel Ake. I'm a bit sorry. I love what Staff is doing with Luke Shaw. I love the pitch. He could be a salesman, 100%.
No one has more clean sheets playing in the left back position this season than Luke Shaw, other than Dan Burn. So at least if you put Dan
That
Burn,
sounds like a David De Gea argument.
I
to me.
wanted.
I didn't argue David De Gea. This is why you have to respect that I used it where it made more sense, because this guy,
I hear
actually
you.
see. I used the eye test and I used the stats. If I used
Staffy,
just the
it's
stats,
about to
I
make
would have
more
been arguing
sense.
De Gea.
Staffy,
I
in the
wanted
next
to-
position, it's about to make more sense.
I
Go on,
wanted
Andrew.
to
you want to say
argue.
something?
I know he won't win, but I wanted a special mention for Dan Burn.
Yes.
He's not a left back, bro. He's not
Yeah,
built like
he's-
he's a centre back. You know what I mean? As much as but I can't remember him being roasted at all at left back. I can't remember him. And like you say, he's got like nearly the most clean sheets. So I know he probably won't win, but I feel a special mention has to go to Dan Burn, as he's not even a left back, and he's been one of the best left backs. Probably top 2, top 3 left backs in the league this season, and he's just been brilliant.
Andrew,
So-
since you have the microphone, we've got a question for you. Can the Chelsea fan answer Walker or Ivanovic?
No, Ivanovic, bro. Don't even come at me with that.
I'd go Ivanovic too, low-key.
And that's strictly biased. I don't care. It's Ivanovic, bro.
Yeah?
I've
Okay.
got mad love for Walker. I don't know why he gets criticised and left out of the right back things a lot, but for me, Ivanovic was not a right back. He was not. He was bought as a
centre back.
centre back. He was bought as a centre back. I've got
Ivanovic was so clutch as well. He scored important goals and stuff.
But I've got my own fan base. We have a debate whether it's Aspie or Ivanovic. I don't care. I don't argue. I got to see both, but with that one, Ivanovic. But special mention for this conversation for Dan Burn. I know he won't win, but I just thought he needs to be mentioned as well.
Okay, so special mention Dan Burn, special mention Estupinian for me. My vote is gonna go Nathaniel Ake. Let's just do this in a vote. So Andrew, who's your vote go to?
I vote for Ake as well.
Nobbins?
Yeah, it's got to be Ake. He's been our best defender. Like he does play left back when we're out of possession. He clamped Saka twice. He's clamped Salah. It's Ake all day.
See what I tell you about them damn one-liners? See what I tell you about them damn one-liners?
He didn't have to clamp anyone at Chelsea. It's fine. He had a day off. It's all good.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say it like
It's
that.
not about have, it's about desire.
You didn't have, like what did I do to you, bro? What did I do? I've been fighting for Ake as well, and then he just why
Look,
did
I'm
I
keeping
find
you
Ake?
on your toes.
Came through the academy, bro. You know what I mean? Came through the academy. He's a academy guy.
Oh, his name is Nathan Ake. You know, stuff we already know goes look show. Igala, I think you'd agree with Ake, right? Okay, so far so good. Before we head to the center backs, let me tell you what's not good. We've got 250 people watching us, and we're only on 50 likes. You bunch of bozos. Make sure you slap the like button now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Minimum 100 likes. What is this Gabriel Jesus conversion rate? We need Erling Haaland conversion rate. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Right now, like the video. Subscribe to the
someone put
channel. Big up to
Darwin
AJ
Núñez,
and
you know?
Nelson for the support.
Unbelievable. This
Like the
your
video. Hey, Darwin Núñez is
your
crap.
live
I ain't
chat,
even-
someone put Ivanovic.
You could have mentioned Darwin Núñez conversion rate.
I could have, but it was funnier because Jesus lost the league. Darwin Núñez been crap all year long.
Darwin Núñez
when it
lost
comes
the
to
league
centre
before,
backs, Igal, let's start with you actually with centre backs because there's an argument among your own fan base whether it's Gabriel or Saliba for that position.
It's got to be Saliba. I rate Gabriel, but I rate Gabriel, but in this conversation for team of the season, I feel like Gabriel is not going to get as much love from other people because of how he started, and Saliba being injured at the end. People are only going to remember how good he was the entire season, and him missing and just showed his value when we were missing him. So I'm going to go with Saliba on the left center half position. I'm going to go with Diaz because I feel like Diaz, when he came into City, it changed the whole thing for them. Him coming back, another leader. He's like, he was literally there.
Diaz, who? Ruben, you mean?
Yeah, Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz was basically the defensive talisman who came in and transformed their way they play. Because when they have Laporte, Ake, anyone else of those guys there, it's just the amount of communication is not there. But you can see him when they're playing. He's the guy who's communicating to everyone. He's the leader. And it's just like, so I'm going to go with Saliba and Diaz.
Staffy, I'm sure your blood is boiling.
No, my blood is not boiling. He made a good case. I don't agree with the DS one, not because that I don't rate him. I just don't think he played enough games. Nubbins, I don't know what the stats are for how many games he played. I know he played something around 22 games, 24 games. I remember it was something like that.
26 league.
Played 26 in the league. Okay, so he didn't play for.
But my
12
thing
games,
is, if you want to go with a City centre back, surely you'd say Stones, not Diaz, though.
However, actually, Sam, there was a good stat that Mo mentioned to me the other day that 12 of the games that he started for City, he started in midfield. So he played the majority of his season as a DM. So why would you make an argument for a DM and a center back? That's just like we have to be like very careful with.
Way.
I mean, I don't think this is what we're doing today, but that's a good shout.
We're not. No need to be tactical. I hear you. Go on.
Yeah. So I will agree with Igal on Saliba. I feel like he was very essential to their team until he went down, and it showed after. They conceded like 15 goals in the last, I don't know how many games when he went down, something like that. They conceded a lot of goals. They couldn't build up the play the same way. They started trying to fill in Kivior and Holding, and it just wasn't working. You can see on and off the ball, they really got affected. So Saliba, to me, is the right-handed center back. Left-handed is a lot of shots, but I think he knows that I'm going to go for my guy because I already know how essential he was for our team.
Harry Maguire?
I was going to go Lindelof. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say Lisandro Martinez. He kind of has a very similar season to Saliba. When he went down also, they both got injured around the same time. Both our teams really looked so much different after. Obviously, Saliba more because Arsenal does play a better brand of football than us. But you can see without Lisandro, we really lacked playing out from the back that we already struggle with because Varane is really not that guy. De Gea is not that guy. The one guy that we really relied on to do that on and off the ball was him. And when he went down, our style play became much more boring, much more compact, long balls more. Would have loved to have him yesterday versus City. Not that he would have made that much of a difference because they were still magnificent, but those 17 balls that they had to kick long, hopefully half of them, Lisandro would have been like, well, pass it to me first and I'll deal with it. So this guy's been amazing for us. We have the most clean sheets. So there's a lot of arguments to make. I don't think he's going to get in because people like Sven Botman also has had a great season.
Yes,
There's
I
a
was
few
about
Man
to say,
City
where's Botman
guys.
in this whole convo?
Botman
Where-
is one of the
we have to
serious
respect him
shouts.
too, no?
But I'll tell you what, there's no Newcastle representative here. This is why no one's going to talk about him. But that's why
Honestly,
we would have to do that.
Botman's an honorable mention, but I just feel like Saliba and Diaz have been better than him. That's just me.
No, I'm
I
talking
don't
about the
agree with
left center
Diaz,
back.
though.
He's not just an honorable mention, Igal. He's actually had a better season than Diaz, whether you want to admit it or not. He's played more games. His team had
I
the
agree
same
with
amount of clean sheets. He's been essential for them. He's also one of these guys, because I'm talking about Lisandro and Saliba playing from the back. He's one of these guys who's magnificent on the ball, plays from the back. And Newcastle, let's be honest, they've been built on a solid defense up until the end of the season when they actually start scoring
So who
goals.
you taking
But
out?
in the beginning, they were. Well, he's honestly going to go in over it's either going to be him or Lisandro. This is why I'm aware of what I'm saying. Like, Lisandro might not get in. I'm still going to put a case for him. But if he loses out to Botman, this is not the most absurd thing in the world. So I'm going to vote Saliba and Lisandro. But if he loses out to Botman, that's fine. But Saliba for me stays there. So that's 2 votes for Saliba.
And before Nobbins and Andrew chime in, I'm gonna just say this. Look, for me, people might think I'm biased or whatever, but I'm actually gonna agree with Staffy as well. I think these are the 2 for me, Saliba and Lisandro Martinez. We have to say, I don't know where this Ruben Diaz shot came from. I'm gonna be so real with you. Personally, if I'm taking a City centre back, I'm going with Stones. I'm not going with Diaz. Absolutely, I'm not going with Diaz. I think John Stones, look, he's an inverted centre back, but he still is a centre back. Same way Zinchenko's an inverted fullback. Trent's an inverted fullback. They're still fullbacks. They're still centre backs. So I think, like, if I were to say someone, I definitely say Stones from City. But from my perspective, look, we have to respect the teams lower than the typical big 6. So we have to say honorable mention Botman, honorable mention Lewis Dunk, honorable mention to all these centre backs. But for me, I really am going with Lisandro Martinez and I'm going with Saliba. I think these 2 have, and here's the interesting thing. 10 game weeks ago, I would have said Gabriel in there because Gabriel was unbelievable. But after Saliba fell through, I'm not going to say, of course, he misses his partner and stuff, but I feel like Gabriel's like performances as well dipped a little bit. He made a few costly mistakes too. So I'm not going to go with these 2, but I'm going Martinez and Saliba. Nobbins, Andrew, the floor is yours. Go for it.
I think it's good for me. I agree with the gal. Like, Saliba's a no-brainer. I think it's got to be Ruben Diaz for me as well. Stones is always going to lose out in these sort of videos because he sometimes plays centre back. He sometimes played right back actually, and sometimes he plays in central midfield, and sometimes plays in defensive midfield. So just because of his utility, Stones is never going to make it into these conversations when we're limiting it to these positions like this. But yeah, I think it's got to be Diaz. Behind Ake, he's probably been our second best defender. When we went on that outrageous unbeaten run, that was, and just before then, the period where we struggled just after the World Cup happened to coincide with Ruben Diaz picking up an injury in the in the World Cup. He came back from injury after our bad patch. He comes back into the side, and then we go in that outrageous unbeaten run. Basically, he's sort of like the modern Vincent Kompany for City in the way he organises that defence, and he just seems to get his body on the line. It gets in the way of every single shot. It seems it's one of the best blockers of shots I've ever seen. And also his distributional play is also heavily underrated, and it's just crucial because because City plays such a high line. In order to stop counterattacks, we need one of our centre halves to be really aggressive and to be right on the front foot of whoever is the striker is who wants to hold up the play. And Diaz is a monster at doing that. And sometimes he might foul. Normally doesn't pick up a yellow card, but normally he wins the ball and stops that counterattack. He's the leader in that back 4. I know Gundogan is the captain out of City, but Diaz is the actual captain, I think.
Well, when did your good form start? When Diaz came back in, right?
It was just after the Spurs loss, I think. I can't remember when that was exactly, but it was either January or February.
And that's when Diaz came back into the team.
I'm not 100% on that, but it was certainly around that period, yes. Yeah, and then also the stuff that's happening in like the Champions League as well, and his outrageous performances there against the likes of Bayern. So I think it's got to be obviously Saliba. I mean, I can see he's already in the team, and for me, it's Ruben Diaz over Varane, over Martinez, over Botman, over whoever.
Andrew, it's time for you to be the asshole or the hero. It's up to you.
I'll go with my natural instincts. So
Asshole?
yeah. So I'm picking Saliba. So Saliba's obviously in, but I'm picking Sven Botman. I'm picking him because
that does no one a favor then.
What are we gonna do here?
Okay. If you want me to choose in between,
No.
Hold on,
No. Let him give credit to Sven Botman. I actually want.
Let him do that.
And then I'll choose between Diaz and Martinez. So I think Sven Botman deserves a big shout. I'm surprised not more people on this panel like said him to be in there. I think he's had a tremendous first season in the Premier League. Been part of, I think it's joint defence, right? It's not actually I think they consider the same amount as City, I think, or something like that. But I think he's been outstanding. He's come in very shrewd buy and built a good defence at Newcastle. Now, when it comes to Diaz or Martinez, I'm going to go with Martinez.
One of those players conceded 7 goals in one game. One didn't. I know who's clear.
I know. I'm going to go with Martinez only because of the perceived notion of what everyone thought he might be and what he's actually produced in terms of.
Thank you, Andrew.
We were told
I respect you a lot for that.
We were told that he wouldn't.
Where's my thank you, brother?
You can't thank a Liverpool fan. You can't thank a Liverpool fan. That's just, But I'm going to go with Martinez because just for me, Diaz has been great as well, but just Martinez for what he's coming in actually, what people thought he might do and what he's actually displayed.
So take out the context of what you thought and just analyze the season. I don't care about what we thought about. I want you to watch because this is a team of the season. So I don't want to hear, Carragher said he was a midget, so can't play that. Who has had the better season, Diaz or Martinez, without that context?
Okay, for me, I think for me individually,
they had the most clean sheets in the league.
I think it's Martinez. I think it's Martinez, in my opinion. I think it's Martinez. Yeah. But this is not to take anything away from Diaz at all. Okay, I'm not saying Diaz hasn't had a good season. For me, he's had a great rebound. You know what I mean? He's been up there and he's played well. But for me, it's just Martinez. It's just my opinion. I would have picked Martinez. I remember. I picked Botman, so I wouldn't even pick. I picked Botman, so it's not as if I'm picking Martinez as my first choice.
Listen, guys. I don't like to do Man United prop. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. This is the last Man United player I'm voting all thing long. So Staffy's card has expired. Yeah. But when it comes to
this is why democracy
from a realistic
work,
perspective, right? From a real perspective, most clean sheets in the whole league. We can't have not a single United player in the entire.
Thank you, bro.
These players, how many times have these players conceded +4 goals in a game? How many times?
Okay, no, but it happened 3 times. Okay, it happened 3 times.
3 times.
But are you?
Do you know how many times happened to Ruben Diaz?
But listen to me. Because I'm not arguing Ruben Diaz on paper. Because on paper, yes, he is superior to Lisandro. No, I don't think anyone is arguing that. But just like how you talked about the impact of what's his name, Diaz, when he came back from injury and City went on that run, we can also argue how this guy came in from a new league and everyone doubted him, called him short, called him a midget.
Behave, Lewis.
Saying all this is not going to happen, and then he comes in and he stabilizes his team. This guy didn't even have a preseason with this guy with this season with this team. He came in and his first game when they conceded 4, he played next to Harry Maguire, and they subbed them both. They subbed him off. He came off at halftime. That's how bad that game is. I can't judge his season based on 3 games. I understand. Yes, the team got dunked on 3 games, but am I really judging 38
Which
game
game
season?
was the worst?
I don't remember. I was sleeping that day. But I'm not gonna judge a 38 game season based on 3 horrible performances. And it wasn't really his mistakes for just like all these 3 games. You know what I mean? So like we have to be a little bit more rational when we say this. Just like how you said he conceded 4+ in 3 games. You can also say, well, he had the most clean sheets. Him and his team had the most clean sheets in the season. You know, so there's many arguments to make. It's not that absurd to say Lisandro made an impact and he should be in that team of the season. And if you're looking for balance, we need a left foot side.
I can't lie. That's not even a wild take. Like
I'm not saying it's wild, but with Diaz plays left centre half anyway, Staffy.
I'll tell you what. As balance, if we're creating a team also with balance, wouldn't you rather have someone over there in that position who plays with his left foot anyway. So it's like him, Botman, Gabriel.
I'd rather have the better player.
I'll have the
personally.
better player still.
That's just me, though.
Well, this is why I said on paper I wouldn't argue you,
Van
but
Dijk plays left. Am I wrong? And he's right-footed.
Yeah, if you want to go better player, let's just bun all this. Let's just put Van Dijk and Thiago Silva then. Those are the
Better
two
player
best.
based on this season, then let me be very specific.
Ah, see, now it's Jay. Hey, see?
But both work. Both work.
And all those complaining in the chat. After we pick the team, send us super
Wait, you
chat
guys
and
put
change it.
Martinez in? I'm confused. What's going
Exactly.
on? How?
You
You
could.
put
These-
Martinez.
yeah, these
all the
guys are
City
frauds
fans
again.
crying. To all the
Fraudulent
City fans
panel.
crying. At the end, we're gonna let you change this team. You can change it if you want. So we've already laid down the rules because I know my subscribers are assholes. So you could change this at the end. So please just stop crying. Listen, I'm not even trying to defend this Man United thing, okay? But it's the truth. Most clean sheets in the league. We can't not have a single United.
If
guy
the
in
most
entire
clean
life.
sheets and you put one of them in, I would love to be a
No, but
fraud
like
then,
at least
Nubbins.
one
If
of
that
them
makes
has
you a
got
fraud,
to
I'd like to be a
in there.
fraud.
Like just one. It ain't that deep if I have one in there. Anyway, before we move on to the midfield, big up Kane Nader says, big up Sam. In my opinion, Arsenal have mentality issues and lack of experience. When they draw to West Ham and Saints, it was over. Hope they come back. Big up to you, Nader, for the super chat. And listen, this summer, we're gonna find out if they come back or not, because it's all gonna be based on this summer. If they go mess around, buy a bunch of youngsters, then they ain't coming back. If they go buy Rice, Caicedo, actual, ceiling raisers, then it would work. Anyway, so the back five's complete now. It's Alisson, Trippier, it's Saliba, it's Martinez, it's Ake. I think that's a banging back five. I can't lie to you. Lewis, we told them, first of all, thank you for the super chat, but we laid down the rules. Thank you for but this ain't gonna count because I know my subscribers are assholes. So what we're gonna do is, at the end, when we finish this team, we're gonna put it full screen for you guys, and the price has been set at £5 to change a player. That's how you're gonna change it, Lewis. So thank you for the super chat, but you're gonna have to up that by £3 to put Fofana in. But thank you so much, my brother.
Fofana deserves
sure
to
you guys-
be in just for that Man United game where I think Lewis was in the stands in Old Trafford, so he saw firsthand how shit that guy was. So
That's
yeah,
true.
maybe we will put him in that back
did.
four.
He did concede for.
He
Anyway,
meant that
make
trophy
sure you
for
guys
Fofana
like,
for
make sure you
striker,
guys
that's what he-
subscribe. Let's get to the midfield. This is where the conversation is gonna happen. So now let's cut the crap. We're not gonna do all this. Oh my god, the three best midfielders, DM, and then 2 8s. So who is the best DM of the team of the season? Mr. Igal is gone.
Don't say it, Igal.
Say it, Igal.
Come
Say
on,
it with
you
your
know
chest.
the
No,
answer.
Thomas
Be
Partey's
afraid
not
of
going
these
in this
people.
team.
Okay.
Say
What are
it.
you talking about?
That's all I had to make sure of.
Thomas Partey's not going in this team. You're not going to see me backing Thomas Partey on this. Guy fell off the
Boo!
cliff. He fell off the cliff at the end of the season.
Boo!
Back your
And
player.
So
same way,
Jorginho.
would you back Fabinho?
So Jorginho. is
No,
what
I'm
you said.
crap this year. I ain't gonna back no Liverpool player.
Bro, listen, Thomas Partey was great up until I don't know what happened to him after Saliba got injured. He had to cover too much ground. He had to do too much work, and it just all went downhill from there. So I'm gonna give it to Rodri. I think Rodri's been class. I rate Casemiro. I think he's a great honorable mention, and honestly, he might get in a lot of people's teams. He was in my team of the season when I did my video on my channel, but I still vote for Rodri. Without Rodri, City don't win the league. They don't.
And this is
You
where
know,
Staff is gonna fight for another United player as well.
If there's one player that goes
Me?
out of that City team, and they lose the league, it's them. It's Rodri.
Okay. By the way, Lewis, I'm gonna put him at the end. I hate you, Lewis, man. Now I have to go put. You know what's the worst part? I've got to post this on social media as well. So when I put Fofana, people go like, "Fofana, what's wrong with you?" I have to explain it. To
Wait,
them.
he
But
hasn't
anyway.
said which Fofana. Did you want the striker in? The
Yeah,
defense?
he wants Fofana for Saliba. He went.
They'll probably
Fofana
do as
for
good as a
Saliba.
job, bro.
Outrageous.
Lewis, thank you for the super chat. We're gonna do that at the end. We're gonna post it as well. This guy. So this guy is just ever since Mount to United, he's been a different guy, man. I'll be sorry with you. Staffy, talk to me because I know exactly what you're gonna say. Just say it. Say it to the chat.
Sam, you
Don't be
think
afraid.
you know me. And it's sad because you actually don't know me. And this is where I redeem myself with Nubbins. Because I don't think it's Casemiro. I appreciate what Casemiro did for this team. But we have to acknowledge that this guy played only 28 games for us. And if I'm correct, he played the first 4 of them as a sub and he was absolutely atrocious when we got him. He didn't start the season very well. He only had a very nice period right after the World Cup for like a couple months, and he was absolutely amazing for us. And he transformed this team a lot. But that is not enough for me to put him over Rodri, because I don't think City play the way they do without Rodri. He's the glue for them. He's the most essential player in that scene. We saw him yesterday at 67 minutes. There was that one ball, if you remember, he couldn't even run anymore, and Pep was going wild. This guy was just walking around the pitch, and he still didn't take him out for Calvin Phillips, because he knows how important Rodri is, even if he's on one leg for this team. So Casemiro, honorable mention, great guy. Hopefully next season I could make a better argument for him, but I'm going Rodri.
Okay.
Yeah, the answer is Rodri. I wouldn't have Casemiro as my second choice. I personally have Bruno Guimaraes as my second choice. But it's Rodri, and I don't think there's that much of an argument to be made. It's Rodri.
Surfer?
Yes, Rodri. I just think, it's just the way he just commands that box, commands the midfield and everything like that. He just makes it look very simple. I don't ever see him stressed out or losing the ball and anything like that. And you can say, well, that's what Pep sides do, but he seems to he doesn't really drop his levels at all. He's always just consistently good. You know what I mean? And he pops up now and again. I know Casemiro has as well, but that performance, at home to Bayern Munich, I know we're talking about Premier League, but that performance at home to Bayern Munich in the Champions League was just sensational. It's like he's just the modern day. If you want to look at DM, he is the profile you want in modern day football. So yeah,
I agree. Listen, Casemiro can't pass. Partey didn't keep his level. Special shout out goes out to Palhinha. Special shout out goes out to Bruno G, to multiple players. But the guy that is just well and above everyone else is none other than man like Rodri. We just have to be real. He's the guy that deserves to be in there. So the 2 8s. Let me just put this straight away, right? I'm not gonna vote for KDB because I think we have a lot of bias towards this ginger guy. I'm not. I think KDB is just the marquee name that everyone just slaps in our face every single time. I am going for a different City player. I'm going Ilkay Gundogan, and I'm going for Martin Odegaard. Those are my two right there. Those are my 2 8s. I'm just say this, right?
Why Gundogan? Explain.
I'll tell you why Gundogan. Gundogan has been the most consistent performer in City's midfield from August till today. Most consistent. We cannot disrespect Ilkay Gundogan anymore. This guy deserves to be in teams like this. This guy, for me, has done an absolutely unbelievable job in midfield for City this season. And this has nothing even to do with the FA Cup final. Even if I'm saying strictly Premier League, bro, he goes in before the Everton game, says we're not going to mess up. And he goes and he has 100% passing accuracy in the game. This guy is not normal. He's the City captain. He deserves to be in there. And I know, like, look, people go like, haha, Odegaard fell off, blah, blah, blah. I don't think Odegaard fell off at all. I think Odegaard actually, even when Arsenal had the crap period, he still was performing well for them. So we have to also put respect on his name. So, for me, Ilkay Gundogan is so underrated. And overall, I really believe he's actually had a better season than KDB, because I've seen KDB play much better than this year. But in my honest opinion, I've never seen Gundogan play this good as he has done this year. So this is the best ever version of Gundogan. So I'm going him ahead of Kevin De Bruyne. Let's fight.
I'm just gonna say this: if Martin Odegaard doesn't get in this team, it's a travesty. I don't know.
Relax, Gal. We didn't even get to our votes yet.
I don't think anyone out of you guys are not gonna have Martin Odegaard in there. And for me, I just want to say honorable mention to a lot of these guys. But if anybody mentions Bruno Fernandes, we're gonna have a fist fight. That he cannot be mentioned in this team.
Yeah, only I can ship my players. Don't do
that. As long as Odegaard gets. What do you mean? Only you can shit? Let's be honest here. I've seen people mention Bruno Fernandes in these teams. I've seen people mention I've seen someone had the audacity to try to say, Bruno G is fair. But when you start saying stuff like we should start looking, what's that Brazilian guy who plays in the midfield?
Joe
Linton. When I start hearing Joe Linton shouts, I'm like, now we're just being disrespectful. So yeah, as long as Martin Odegaard gets in, I don't care if you guys put Kevin De Bruyne.
You know what's funny, Igal? As soon as you said that, the comment comes in directly. Like, listen, Kenneth. First of all, we said we're gonna do it at the end. Second of all, convert it to your local currency. Third of all, Fernandes ain't going in over Odegaard. You know, I don't even think that's a discussion, to be honest with you. We have to have, where is our shame as a football society? Where is our shame as a football society to actually argue Bruno Fernandes over Martin Odegaard, who has captained Arsenal, a team that finished 5th last year, to actually challenge for the English Premier League? And then by far, even in the business end of the season where they were crap, Martin Odegaard turned up for them. So why am I going to put Bruno Fernandes in there when all he does, you know, let me just say this, right? I'm going to pull rank in this video. I'm going to add special prices for Bruno, Henderson, and Curtis Jones. Those three, you're going to get different level of things. You know, I'm going to just be real with you. I'm going to make a different price for them three because you guys are assholes and I know my people. You guys are just assholes. I'm going to be so honest with you. If there's any Bruno that deserves to be in here, it's Bruno G, not
Now,
Bruno F.
Look at Lewis's comment.
What did he say?
He said he meant to say
He
Enzo
meant
Fernandez.
Hey, big up Kenneth, man. Big up Kenneth. Anyway, so who's your second though, Egal? Because you just fought for Odegaard, but who's your second?
My second is Kevin De Bruyne. Call me boring, but it's Kevin De Bruyne. And I have a hot take. I think Nathan Ake and Akanji, you could say they've had a better season than Kevin De Bruyne. Because of Kevin De Bruyne's season such a high standards, you could have shouts that he's not even the best player in his team, but this season based on performances. But he still gets in team of the season.
Gundogan's never gonna get love, man. Never gonna get love.
No, Gundogan's probably one of the most underrated players to play.
No, but Gundogan's literally been better than KDB though.
No, he's really only been better than KDB in the business end of the season.
No, I'd go even better than him at the start. People at the start were saying KDB is not playing to his level. You can ask Knobbins this.
That's true, but De Bruyne was still playing better than Gundogan. That's just how good Kevin's usual level is. I'm going to be bored, but just because you're boring doesn't mean you aren't correct. And I do think the correct. To be fair, I think the midfield three is the easiest part of this team this season. It's Rodri,
No, I think the front three.
Rodri, Odegaard, and Kevin De Bruyne. As I say, Gundogan's been fantastic in the late game. You know, title running Gundogan is built different. We all know this. But I think there is. I love that Gundogan is now getting the respect. I feel like he probably should have had a season or so ago. But yeah, it is De Bruyne. Is this his best ever season? No, but a subpar Kevin De Bruyne season is still much better than basically any other midfielder in the world.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
It looks like I've slapped you there. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but
I wouldn't go that far. You know, you've got unbelievable midfielders on earth. You've got you've got the likes of Pedri, you've got the likes of Modric, you've got the likes. There are so many good midfielders. You know, if you said Liverpool midfielder, I'd agree with you. But there's teams around the world, to be fair. So who's your second one then? Odegaard?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way,
Odegaard
the easiest one is the striker. Let me just say that.
Good point.
Staffy, go on.
Easily. That's the easiest one.
No, the easiest one is not striker because you can make a case for another player. But I think
we can, and whoever makes that case is gonna get dunked on. Go on, Staffy.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the easy one. For me, it's Odegaard. I think this guy's been amazing. I rate him highly as a player. I do have my superstitions of him in big games. I don't feel like he turns up enough in big games. That's the one criticism I want to hold against him. Maybe next year he'll come better. But overall, as a player and as the impact that he had on this team, he captained this team, as you mentioned, to second place. He carried them a little bit far. So I'll give him my shout. On the right-hand side, you made a very good case. I'm not gonna lie for Gundogan because you made me aware of a few things that
you guys are boring. All you do is KDB.
However, but I'll tell you something. I actually rate Gundogan a little bit higher as a player than KDB. However, I cannot not put KDB when he's had, I forgot how many assists, 17 assists, Nobbins? Is it less? But he has the most assists in the Premier League.
Yes.
And some of these assists were amazing. The one that he had against us for the Haaland goal, where he played it behind Varane, and there was one that he had, I forgot who it was against. You guys won 1-0, and he the ball was floating so high, and then he played it back post. I think it was Villa in the first game, first half of the season against Villa. It was an amazing assist. I just remember these goals because not only are they assists, they're memorable assists. It's just like the way he executed them. So I just remember these two. This is why I'm gonna go for these two. Gundogan, amazing shot. I could argue that he actually is a better player than KDB. Just doesn't get the GA. However, I feel like he only turns up late in the season when they need him, whereas like KDB is like more essential for the whole season. But there's one more thing, and this is where I'm gonna make my money with some of these Man United fans, because I see a lot of comments about Bruno. And if people watch me, they know, if you watch me on the terrace or whatever, they know what I think about Bruno. I'm gonna be a little bit of a devil's advocate here, because I'm not a big fan of Bruno. I'm gonna mention why he shouldn't be too disrespected, but I'm also gonna mention why he shouldn't be in this team. Now, I rate Bruno technically, because if people think he's not a good technical player, I think that's more biased, or you just don't understand, or you don't watch him. Because this guy does execute the ball well in so many aspects. He can shoot, he can pass, he can do so many things. He created the most big chances. People are going to mention that he created the most big chances of the season. I get that. He's very similar. He's like a lower version, just slightly lower version of KDB, in my opinion. But here's why I have an issue with Bruno. Because Terry likes to defend his case that all big players give the ball away a lot because that's how they create chances. This is not where my issue is. My issue is when the ball is simple. There's so many situations where he casually loses the ball in very simple situations that he doesn't need to. Sometimes, so many times, unnecessary back heels, unnecessary blind passes, unnecessary like situations where he tries to do too much when the ball is much simpler. And the reason I don't rate him for that is that he doesn't sometimes read the game. Sometimes you need to play the simple pass rather than creating a big chance. Because if you attempt to create a big chance and you're in a situation where like you have Eriksen behind you who's not, his legs are not there, you don't have good defensive midfielders behind you because like Casemiro's out most of the season, he put us in so many situations where he would give up the ball and we would get counter right away and they would either score on us or we would have to like pull off a save or something. He does too much unintelligent stuff. And this is the one aspect that I don't like in his game. I think he's good technically, but I don't think he's a smart player. And I don't rate players who are not as smart. If he could fix that game and play his game where he does what he does well with the ball, but also play smarter, because De Bruyne plays smarter, Odegaard plays smarter, Gundogan plays smarter, so many players play smarter. If he fixes that, then I'll gladly sit here and be like, this guy gets us the most GA every season, all that, and defend him. But if you're not an intelligent player, I'm sorry, I can never make a case for you why
that's
you
too
should
much
be in
time
the team
spent
of the year.
on Bruno, Staffy. He just don't deserve this much airtime. I'll be sorry with you.
Because there was
look,
a lot of
everything-
comments for him,
everything
and
you
people
said-
needed to understand.
Here's the thing. Everything you said is true. I hear the United fans saying, oh, like we finished third or fourth or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I hear why you're crying. I understand. I'm giving you a virtual hug. Make sure you like the video, though, so I can actually give you the virtual hug. But the thing is, like, look, with Bruno Fernandes, he simply doesn't have to play, you know, Doc Rivers in the NBA refers to players playing hero ball. The problem with Bruno is he's just on that hero ball crap all the time. He reminds me, he's genuinely the Russell Westbrook of football. He's just all the time 100 miles an hour, just no IQ.
100%.
Let me just go ahead and just keep going. Like, if even yesterday, by the way, so many times he could have just calmed down the game, but he doesn't do that. So anyway, we have 3 boring panelists, 1 guy exciting. Andrew, midfield 2.
So Odegaard, because of the numbers and the performances, and you're going to like this, Sam. I'm going to say Gunda. No, it's KDB. So KDB is my choice. So yeah, it's going to be KDB. I'm not going to go on about it. Others have said it. It's KDB. I think with Gundogan, I think he's played very well, but like someone said, he's at the business end of the season where he's really showed up. So you know.
I think there's not too many arguments in there.
Gundogan ain't ever gonna get any love. If he's not in this team of the season, he ain't ever gonna be.
If we were doing last 10
he was
games,
in the team of the season a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He was in the team of the season in 2021.
Video idea. Most
Against
underrated 11.
Wijnaldum, congratulations.
Hussam, next video idea. Underrated 11. He gets in there.
Underrated 11. I'm making him captain. I actually have a better idea. I'm gonna make an asshole 11 in which Bruno Fernandes is gonna be the captain. Anyway,
are you gonna be the manager for that team?
Absolutely. I'm a proud asshole. Anyway, everyone watching this right now, this is the midfield, the defense, and the goalkeeper so far. So it's Alisson, Trippier, Saliba, Martinez, Ake, Rodri, Odegaard, and KDB. Remember, we're going to let you change this at the end, so just bear with us. Lewis has already super chatted for Fana in for Saliba. I'm going to explain the rules at the end, so don't be in a rush. I'm sure some City fans are probably going to super chat Gundogan in for Odegaard because I know you guys are assholes too. But make sure you like the video, make sure you guys subscribe. And let's just listen. Before we get into the arguments, everyone here agree Haaland's the striker. Let's just get this done with.
Yeah.
Anyone going to argue Kane? Okay. So, you know
Give
what?
him an
Just so
honorable
we don't
mention.
waste our time. I hate Erling Haaland.
He
and the
deserves your
reason I-
honorable mention, though. Even though I am an Arsenal fan, I can admit he's had a fantastic season.
Yes, honorable mention Ivan Toney, honorable mention to a bunch of people, honorable mention, Darwin Núñez. Just kidding. But the thing is with Erling Haaland is the reason I hate him is he took the one thing I had, which is the Salah record. I at least had a record. At least I had something. He took that too because he's an asshole, cyborg looking ass. Hold that, Haaland. I hope you get dunked on next week. But anyway, that's beside the point. Erling Haaland is a well-deserving striker on this team, and we have to say congratulations to him as well for breaking the record. So, left wing, right wing. Let's talk about it, Habibis.
If I don't
Left
see
wing.
Bukayo Saka, I get it. There's a lot of Liverpool
Yeah,
fans.
relax. You keep
There's a
saying
lot
that.
of
We're gonna
Liverpool
vote your
fans.
players.
There's a lot of Liverpool fans who
No,
feel
we're
like-
not, Staffy. Speak for yourself.
Bro, really and truly, there's a lot of Liverpool fans out there who've been telling me Salah's had a better season. Well, he's the better player. He's going to perform at a high standard. For his standard, he's actually had a poorer season than he's delivered over the last couple of years. He's had less goals than he's had. I think he's had less assists. Am I mistaken? Let me know. I don't know. But when it comes to his performances and his team's performances, have dipped massively. And Bukayo Saka is one of the talismans in our team. He's been one of our best players. And honestly, I don't think anyone's making a shout for Mo Salah for team of the season, where Bukayo Saka would probably be second or third on everyone's list.
Here's the thing, Igal. I haven't mentioned GA once this entire show. But all I'm going to say is, on Liverpool's worst ever season, this guy has more goals and more assists than Saka.
He's
Which
the
shows
better
that-
player.
No, but this shows that there's levels to this game. So basically, when I'm saying this guy is playing in a crap team and he himself isn't playing at his best, still somehow managed 19 goals, still somehow managed 14 assists, which is not normal. Like, we have to, at a point in time,
Then
we're
why
gonna have to put-
Casemiro in the team? Why is
Hear me
Casemiro
out.
not
At
in
the
the
point
team?
in time, we have to. Casemiro ain't in the team. It's Rodri.
No, but Rodri has less goals and assists than Casemiro.
No, but that's a DM. Don't try to be cheeky now.
No,
a DM,
but let's be
a
honest.
DM and a forward ain't the same.
No, but let's be honest though. If we're gonna do it based off goals and assists, Hussam, it's understandable that certain players are gonna get more goals and more assists. Mo Salah's gonna
Okay,
get
but
more.
I'm about to give you my reason. It ain't just GA. With Bukayo Saka, when his team needed him the most, he ghosted. He was by far Arsenal's worst performer in the last 3, 4, 5 games for me. When they needed him, I have him genuinely as your worst performer. That's not an insult to the guy. Saka's had an unbelievable season. He's my first guy on the bench. But for me,
What?
at a point in time, we're gonna have to put respect on Salah's name, and I'll be damned if I don't make this argument. So for me, I'm going Salah on the right wing.
You know what? We might as well start putting Riyad Mahrez, put anybody who got.
Oh, here we go. How are you being this
Bro,
disingenuous?
really and truly, there should be no conversation on the right flank. There should
You
be
do
no
know Salah's the
conversation.
one player in the league that has won his team the most points.
Bro,
You know that,
I
right?
get Mo Salah has done this, he's done that. He's
The
done
goal
everything.
against City,
Bro,
Tottenham away.
You yourself have been yelling and screaming on your channel, on Twitter Spaces all season. Salah too, him too. They're all shit. You've been saying it for the whole season, and now you're sitting here telling me that Bukayo Saka, who probably is second or third on everyone's list as the best player in the Premier League this season, is going to be behind. It's not based on GA. If we're going to do it based on GA, the team picks itself. We don't really need to be here.
Okay, but here's the thing. Do you agree if Salah was your right winger, you're sat here Premier League champions?
Bro, if Salah's our winger, we wouldn't be as shit as we were the last couple of years.
No, but you'd be league champions this year. Be honest.
Listen, 1 second. You can
Can
be
you
a
just
better
be honest?
player.
Just say
1
yes or
second.
no, and then we can move it. Just
Hussam,
say yes.
You're missing the point. I'm not sitting here saying Saka's a better player than Salah. Salah's a better player. Salah's more
Yes.
experienced. Salah's going to produce more GA than him as long as he's still at Liverpool and you guys have a decent team. But Bukayo Saka has had a world-class season and he still has not produced the same goals, but his performances, there's been games where you don't even see him contribute with goals or assists, but he absolutely dominates. And it's about the performances. It's about the eye test. It's not only about the GA. He has the GA. It's not on the same level.
Yeah, but the eye
performances
test, even
have been
Saka's
better.
bag is limited. Like, Saka, by the way, Saka is much more close. Like, if I were to put Saka on a spectrum, he's further away from Hazard than he is even a goal scorer. Like,
Bro,
I
we're
don't
not.
but his bag when it comes. No, but you're saying eye test. His bag ain't even that strong for you. You know whose bag is like that? Grealish. That's someone who can argue has the bag, like where he can dribble and he can play make and he can all that. With Saka, with all due respect, I don't think he has the bag like
Bro,
that.
I'm not saying. One second. Once again, I'm not. By me complimenting Saka, I'm not dissing Mo Salah. But this is the issue that we have when we're comparing the players and we're talking about the players. We have to factor in the season that their team has had, and the season that your team has had. There's a reason why Alisson's in there, even though you guys have conceded so many goals, is because his
True.
performance has been great. Where Mo Salah, even he was not relied on when you guys lost games 1-0 to like Leeds or however many goals you guys lost to Leeds. These performances were not only
2-1.
bad defensively, they were bad offensively, and he's an offensive player, and you still didn't win
100%.
those games.
100%. I'm not
So
even
based
going to
on
argue that, but
it has to be Saka.
listen, I've already given my argument. Let's allow the guys here to speak. Let's go
No
to
way.
Nobbins because I see him smiling. Go on, Nobbins.
There is no way. You're such a shameless man. There is no way that we can. If Salah gets in this team, there would be as many Liverpool players in this team of the season as Arsenal players. You are a man without shame, and you should
No,
seek
there's
it
be one more
immediately.
Arsenal player, the left winger.
Right, we'll get to that. There's no
Even tempt me. No.
there is no way that Saka can't get into this team. Salah has been very good in the sort of like the last couple of weeks, couple of months or whatever. But especially sort of like the first half of the season, you know, Salah was borderline poor. And as I said, I know he's got a lot of goals and assists in like the last few weeks, few months or whatever. I think that has inflated the reality of how good he's been this season. Whereas Saka, again, conversely, has not had the best end to the season, but for the majority of it, he was fantastic. He's, you know, it's between him and Odegaard as being Arsenal's best player, and it's Saka all day.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah, it's Saka. It's Saka. It's not
You
even...
suck, Andrew. I brought you here as backup. You're a Chelsea fan, man. What
I'm
is
not,
this,
I
man?
backed Trent Allison because he deserves to be in this team. I remember you talk about Saka going missing. Didn't Salah go missing when he bottled that penalty against Bournemouth? Do you know what I mean? And other games and stuff like that. He's had great numbers and stuff like that. But let's not pretend he hasn't gone missing for you, or else you wouldn't be fifth.
I hate this.
Do you know what I mean? So Saka gets it, bro. It's not even worth a debate. It's Saka.
Staffy, tell me, Staffy.
You know what?
Are you gonna make
already-
the argument?
I already know what you're gonna try to do to me in the left wing, so you lost my support here. But on a real note, yeah, because he made that comment, he already lost me there. But on
It's
a real
political
note, no.
now. It's political now. This team is
I think-
political.
Listen, I think we're outnumbered anyways, and so Saka gets in anyways. But listen, on a real note though, Saka has had a great season. He's not a GA person. You know, like he plays a little bit of a different game. Like you say, he's closer to a Hazard than he is to a Salah. So that's not even his game. But I do believe he's double digits in goals and assists. He's been very essential to this team. Yeah, his form dropped in the last 10 games. And, you know, same as I said as Odegaard, there's a little bit of criticism there. But for the majority of the season, this guy's been carrying the team. They wouldn't be playing the same way if they didn't have Saka on that right-hand side. So that my vote goes to him.
Okay, fair enough. Kenneth says the argument for Salah is the same for Ali. Saka disappeared and Martinelli was better than him. Hey, I disagree. Martinelli's been better. People might want to cry, but that's my honest opinion. I think Martinelli's been better than Saka. AJ has already super chatted. Let me just get through them quickly. He's already super chatted Diaz in for Lisandro. So I'm going to edit this now at the end. Don't worry. I have them written down. So our center back partnership is going to be Fofana and Diaz. Thanks to Lewis and AJ. But just bear with us at the end. We're going to allow you to mess up with the team as much as you want. And I have to post it on social media. So I hate you guys. Felipe says, love Salah, an all-time Premier League legend. Saka was performing for 2/3 of the season. Compared to Salah's final third, Saka more consistent. Listen, Felipe, you've been on the Salah train with me all year long. So if you say that, I'm going to just respect it. Because me and you have been fighting our own fan base. You know, when the dumbasses were saying sell Salah because they don't know a good player if it hit them in the face with a slap. So, you know, big up to you, Felipe. Thank you for the super chat. And finally, the left wing position. It's time. It's three. I'm going to just say the three contenders and then all four of you can fight. It's Marcus Rashford, It's Gabriel Martinelli and it's Jack Grealish. No one else comes close to this list. So who are we putting in this team? Whoever wants to go for it, go for it. Open floor.
Super Jackie Grealish. It's Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has been better than De Bruyne this season. Let me just say that he's been our most. Pardon?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
He's been better than Kevin De Bruyne this season. He's been our second best player this season behind Haaland. He's been our most consistent player, and I'm putting him ahead of Haaland in that because Haaland had that patch where he was not playing well for a month or two. Grealish's level has never dropped all season. What annoys me is that he was getting love after the World Cup when he started getting more goals and assists, which is fine, but his performance levels were the exact same before the World Cup. So I don't want to hear this, oh, he was bad before the World Cup and after the World Cup he was great. It was the exact same level. He just happened to be, his teammates just happened to be converting the chances that he was creating. Jack Grealish always puts up some of the highest numbers in terms of progressing the ball, whether it's by passing or carrying. He's always bringing the ball into the final third and into the box. His expected assist numbers are unbelievably high. His defensive work rate this season has been exceptional. Was it the Spurs game in particular at the Etihad where he saved a certain goal because of his tracking back? It was excellent. And yeah, if you think that De Bruyne has been better than Rashford and Martinelli this season, then you must therefore also conclude that Grealish has been better than those two, because Grealish has been better than Kevin De Bruyne this season. And don't come at me with goals either, because an inside forward is not the same as an inverted winger. Of course, Rashford's going to get more goals as an inside forward. Grealish is an inverted winger. It's a different role.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. We're going to...
Oh, I've never heard inverted winger my whole life. What the hell is an inverted winger now? Is this a new term?
Have you never heard that before?
Inverted winger. Winger's cutting anyway. What's he inverting?
He said inside forward, which is real.
Yeah, inside. An inverted winger is just someone. It's just a winger who's wrong.
I can't lie. The tacticals
so a right footer on the left.
Okay, you want to know something? In the league, Marcus Rashford has had the most goals. When you look at assists, you want to do GA. Grealish has done that. I feel like consistency throughout the whole entire season. I would make a case that Martinelli has had his dip at times. Grealish was horrific at the beginning of the season, and Marcus Rashford had his thing at the end of the season also. So you can make a case against and for all of them. My case for Martinelli is he's had 15 goals this season. He's been on a team that's been fantastic, and without his goals away from home, we don't win half of the games that we've had. He's has the most goals for us away from home, and they're all winning goals. Contribution wise, I would say that Jack Grealish's contribution to City in comparison to Martinelli's contribution to Arsenal, I would say it's bigger. And without Grealish, you can still win your games, where I can't really make that case for Rashford. So for me, Grealish is at the bottom of this list out of the three of them. That's just me, right? And then when it comes to Rashford and Martinelli, if you want to just go Premier League alone and you want to look at the two of them, it's a lot closer. But Rashford's goals from outside of in the other cup competitions is superior to Martinelli.
Yeah, Prem only, Egal. Prem only.
Okay, so if it's Premier League only,
because why include the Champions League, bro? Salah was the top goal scorer before Haaland did that stuff at Leipzig.
So if that's the case, then I'm going Martinelli over Rashford and Grealish.
I don't care about Rashford.
He also has created the most chances out of all three of them. He created 59 chances to their.
So Staffy, Andrew, look how
Sam.
Andrew, this is why I love myself, Andrew. Me and you are gonna be the assholes here.
Sam.
You already know who. Listen, you see how I set that up? The City fan went Grealish. This guy went Martinelli. Staffy's about to go Rashford, so it's gonna be all me and you, baby. So let's think this through. Go on, Staffy.
I just want to remind you of something. I wrote some Sam coins in the beginning of the show, and this is when I would like to cash them. And I'll tell you why. Remember your argument about how many points Alisson saved you.
Yes.
I can easily tell you.
Your internet's working against
you, Staffy.
Internet froze, bro.
Your internet's working against you.
Yeah, you're back now.
Am I good now? I don't know what happened. Sam's trying to hack my shit because he doesn't want another Man United player in this.
No, Sam's not doing anything. I haven't even voted yet. Don't make me turn on you now.
But am I good now? Like, you hear me clearly?
You're good.
Okay, so I was saying, statistically, and it's factual, Rashford on his own won us 18 points. When I say 18 points, it means that he scored the winning goal for these 18 points. So I think that's like equivalent to 6 games. Okay. Now here's where I'm gonna build my case for him. His GA is 17 goals and 5 assists, which is 22 GAs. Okay. As I mentioned, he won 6 games on his own. His goals, the 17 goals, came in 15 games, which even shows you that he didn't stat pad in games where we won by 3, 4, because we didn't even do that much this season. We didn't score a lot. This guy gave us overall for the season 41 GA, 22 of them are in the league. Without his goals, factually, we wouldn't be in the top 4. Without his goals, we would be nowhere near where we are. So I understand his issue that he played not really consistently throughout the 9-month or 8-month, whatever it is. He had a very good spell after the World Cup where I believe he scored in 10 games in a row, something like that, or maybe missed 1 game. But without this guy's goals in all tournaments and in the league, we would be nowhere near we are. So in terms of impact, I understand what Igal tried to say about Martinelli. Martinelli had a bigger impact on Arsenal than Grealish had for City. But I think Rashford's impact on this team is even greater because without his goals, we wouldn't be where we are. So that's my case for him.
Andrew, before you vote, this is the super chat here from Felipe. He says, put Martinelli in there. Grealish has been good, but overrated because of his poor first season. Rashford is what virgins on Twitter think Salah is. I can't lie, I've heard so much Rashford praise this season from... Listen, I know Staffy ain't done this, but certain United fans just...
Thank you for saying that. Because I'm not even a big Rashford fan. I'm just making an honest case on what he
fans
is.
went OTT. I was hearing better than Mbappe. I'm like, you need to chill out. But thanks so much, Felipe, for the super chat. So, Andrew, talk to the people, brother. One vote each. One Grealish, one Martinelli, one Rashford.
So, for me, this was the hardest position to pick. And no disrespect to him, but Rashford is bottom of the list for me. This is so hard. And also that super chat.
Why is he bottom of the list?
Just my preference, just out. I know Rashford's done well for you, but if we're talking about output the last couple of months, Rashford's been non-existent, essentially. So
it's not true. Saka was non-existent in the last couple games.
But we're talking about the left side.
Yeah, and when I said Salah, you guys were all shouting to hold that.
Okay. But so this was the hardest position for me. I'm gonna go with shit. Might have flipped a coin. Hang on. Fuck.
Let me make a case for Super Jack.
Yeah, go on. Make a case for Super Jack.
So, as I say, if you think that De Bruyne has been better than Martinelli this season, you must also think that Grealish has been better, because Grealish has been better than Kevin De Bruyne. It really is as simple as that. People love to talk about goals. People love to talk about assists. There's so much more to football than that. There's so much in what Jack Grealish does for our system. It's not just about that. If you put a striker on the left, he's obviously going to score more goals. But as I say, that's not what Grealish is. That's never been what he does. His ability to pick up the ball in the midfield and just directly run at the opposition and get us higher up the pitch, his take-on ability is outstanding. And if you think about the most clutch games this season, we've talked about players like Saka or whoever going missing. Think of Grealish at the Emirates and Grealish against Arsenal at home and Grealish against Chelsea and these massive games in the city. And even, I know we lost the game, but Grealish at Old Trafford, he scored the opening goal. So you've got to think about the clutchness of the player.
Rashford scored the opening goal in the Emirates and we didn't win. We're not going to include that.
Yeah,
I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, but that wasn't a mitigating circumstance of a mental offside VAR a decision in that one. So it's not it's chalk and cheese.
You know, Nobbins, I'm about to use your own logic to dunk on your ass right now. So when we did the clutchness of the player, you didn't want to go for Salah over Saka because of the entire season. So
yes, but over the entire season.
But before Andrew votes, I'm just going to put my vote out there.
Name me one bad game.
Hear me out. If I go for better player overall this season, and not the guy, because you're mentioning goals. Hey, Salah versus City 1-0. Salah versus Spurs. Salah versus Brentford. Salah versus 15 teams this week.
I can name you plenty of games where Salah's had a bad game this season, as could you. Name me one the bad game Grealish has had this season. You can't. Arguably,
I can.
No, you can't. Arguably,
yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, he was all right. It was all right. Wait,
no, he wasn't all right. He was crap that day.
He didn't even play, did he?
He didn't play. He came on. He was shit.
Right. Well, no, I don't agree with that at all. And also, he didn't start, so it's hardly a fair judge to not even take into account the 90 minutes. You can't name a bad game.
Enough.
The one bad game is against Dortmund in the Champions League at home. That was the one time he had a bad game. Whereas So I'm sure Gal could give you plenty of games for Martinelli. I'm sure Staffy could give you plenty of games for Rashford where they've gone missing or have been poor. I promise you, I cannot do that for Jack Grealish. Literally has been better than De Bruyne this season. So Andrew, with that information, matey.
Guys, I'm just checking some stats. I'm seeing that Grealish played 90 minutes only twice until January. So this guy for the first half of the season wasn't even playing 90 minutes.
He was vibing.
He was just there, bro. I remember Foden was there killing it.
And
we're about to
thank
put
you
this.
for making my point for me. So his thing.
I'm just going to say this.
Listen, my logic's been consistent throughout, but now I'm going to change my logic just because you guys are switching now. So I said Gundogan over KDB. I've said, the players who have turned up, I've said all of that. But now, since that don't matter, since we're not looking at clutchness because Salah ain't here over Saka, I'm going to vote for Gabriel Martinelli. Because if I go from August until May, he's been the best left winger in this league in terms of consistency. Rashford, if this was like from 2 months ago, he would have been in here. But over the last 2 months, this is what's happened. So for me, I'm going Martinelli as the left winger. Andrew, you're the decisive vote before we go to the super chats. Go on.
Andrew, before you vote, I just want to say I would rather lose to Martinelli than to Grealish because I do think Martinelli don't think Rashford had a bigger impact, but I don't mind losing to Martinelli. I'm not losing to a guy that only started 24 games of the 38. I'm sorry, I rate Grealish, but we're not about to put him with these stats.
This is end of the season hype.
What's all this about him not playing a lot? As I say, he's been one of our best players. Well, we've got a big squad. Of course, we rotate a lot.
2 games until January.
What's that, sorry?
Nubbins, I'm looking at some of the games. Like, you know what I'm not counting? I'm seeing 32 minutes, 12 minutes, 30 minutes, 33 minutes. I'm not counting these games as I'm counting the games that he started. I'm seeing that he started at least 24, and some of these are showing 45 minutes. So I don't even know if he came out at halftime. 24, that's me assuming he started that game. So it could be less.
Jack Grealish literally starts in our best team and has done all season. So I don't know what this revisionist history is.
I'm looking at FootMob right now, and unless they're lying, these are the.
Okay, let's just let Andrew vote. Go on, Andrew, so we can go to the comments.
Shit. This really is.
Andrew, do the right thing. Don't let the London bias come in here. Do the right thing.
I do think for me, it's a flip of the coin. I know Martinelli scored a lot and stuff like that as well. More goals, and Jack Grealish has come up really second half of the season as well. I'm gonna go Martinelli. I'm gonna go Martinelli just for that. It's so close that I don't like.
On your head top, Nubbins. On your head top.
Well, this is why democracy doesn't work.
I know.
Socrates said it. I've got to back him.
Nubbins, if you were a dictator, I would have followed. You know what I mean? That's why I hate that I had to make this pick. I wish it was made for me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want the responsibility, and I really wanted like another person here to pick Martinelli, so then I could just go Jack Grealish, stuff like that. But to make it worse, but no, it's a flip of the coin. They've both been magnificent. For me, this was the hardest position to pick out of them. And let's mention Rashford. I know he has, but these two are better than him, I think.
Without Martinelli's goals, Arsenal would still be where they are because he scored in a lot of shootout games. Whereas Rashford, there's a lot of these games where he scored, the game ended 1-0, 2-1. People are not really putting context to it. Martinelli's been amazing, but he wouldn't do what Rashford did for us. If I'm being really honest.
It's a good argument for me. It's just personal choice, really. That's why I prefer them two at top.
He said good argument, but hold that, which I love.
See, you shit stirrer. You actually.
He just said good argument, but nah.
So when we make asshole team, the asshole team next week, he'll be your assistant. Because you'll be the manager.
I'm the
listen. I'm telling you right now, Bruno Fernandes is captain of that asshole team right here, right now.
I would agree with you.
Captain. By the way, I just put the link to Vibes from the Six in the comment section if you want to go check that out as well after we're done. So listen, just before we're done with this whole thing, we're going to allow you to edit it. The rules are very simple. So you don't ask me, right? Again, the thing is, £5, convert to your local currency. You can change anyone here. So there's 2 people who have already been changed. So this guy right here has took out Lisandro Martinez for Diaz, and Carefree Lewis has voted Fofana in 2 separate super chats for Saliba. So our centre back partnership is going to be Fofana and Saliba, Fofana and Diaz. Sorry. So we're going to take the 2 centre backs out. We're going to give you I'm not gonna stay here forever. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, something like that, to just edit the team like you want. If you get outbid, you get outbid. Don't come cry to me. If you send 5, the other guy sends 6, then we're gonna put the guy with the 6. There's special Henderson is £20, Curtis Jones is £20, and Bruno Fernandes is £20. Because these 3, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna post that shit with them in there. The others is this the same for everyone.
Can I make special thing? Mountain Kai, can I make £100? Yeah,
I mean, you
Kai.
can. I mean, you
No,
could do that.
I'm just saying, I don't want it corrupted even more by putting any Chelsea players in here.
I just can't believe there are as many Arsenal players in this team as City players. That's shocking, guys.
You can believe that because they finished
That's
second.
embarrassing, guys. Look at what you've done. Look at what Andrew. I blame you for this, you swine.
Anyway,
I've
so
never
let me
seen
just
no- I've
quickly
never
read
seen Robin
these
this
super
passionate,
chats
man.
real quick.
Need
Just give me a
more of
second.
it. Need more. You know.
Put Martinelli in there. Grealish has been good, but overrated because of his poor first season. Trashford is what virgins on Twitter think. So I think I've read that before.
Yeah, yeah.
United fan here. Please do not include Rashford in this team. It's embarrassing. That guy has so much holes to his game. It's laughable.
Wow.
Saka
Legendary villain. I agree with you. Oh, sorry. Finish the super chat.
Damn, that's wild. Messi FC, I think he's referring to Andrew. He's saying, I thought he was gonna say Raheem Sterling. Nah, Andrew's not that. He's not that delusional. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he ain't.
Wait, Hassan, I just want to go back to legendary villain because like this guy on every show, he never agrees with anything we say. No matter if I say something good or bad, I don't think this guy's actually a Man United fan because no matter how much criticism I give players, it's never enough for this guy.
Look at his name, Staffy. He's legendary villain. He's just
bro, yesterday I slated the Man United team on the terrace, and he came in. He was like, "You guys didn't talk enough shit about the defense." What else do you want me to say? We talked about everyone.
He goes by name, legendary villain. You get
he actually is a villain.
Chombe says, Hussam, we are the biggest butlers, and Klopp is lucky to have FSG as his boss. 100% facts. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to do this right now, Chombe. I love you, my brother. Come back in Liverpool show. Don't embarrass me in front of my non-Liverpool fans. You get me? Only Alisson from Liverpool deserves to be in this list. I can't lie. I agree with you. I tried to do the shameless thing for Salah. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, the first 2 changes, just real quick. So, Mr. Carefree Lewis has super chatted Fofana as our center back. So let's just Wesley Fofana as the center back. And man like AJ has super chatted Ruben Diaz ahead of Lisandro Martinez. So we're changing that. And we have our first super chat change.
Oh, God.
My man has just voted Arthur for KDB.
You know what? Arsenal is right. Democracy doesn't work.
Did Arthur play this season?
Democracy doesn't work, man.
Listen, are you talking? I just need to confirm. Are you talking about Arthur Mello? Are you talking about Arthur Mello?
He is.
Did he play this season? I sometimes forget that he is even on this Liverpool roster.
You guys do realize this? I have to post this on social media. Like, do you understand? There is no way we're gonna super chat Arthur in this team. Are you being serious, Arsenal CLW? Oh my God, you bozo! How am I gonna take out KDB? Put Arthur Mello, man.
He didn't even put an Arsenal player in there. He put this guy's awesome. He
ain't even an Arsenal player. He has no minutes in the Prem. He hasn't even played. I'm gonna get cooked on social media, man. For fuck's sake. Anyway, thank you, Arsenal. So 3 changes so far for Fofana, Diaz, and Arthur Mello. You already have the rules. So, guys, you guys happy with the team? Pre the guys changing it? I think we made a solid team. I can't lie to you. Everyone's quiet. Damn. That Arthur took us all by surprise. Hey,
I'm not going to lie to you. The Arthur thing messed me up.
I'm trying to cover it still, yeah.
Fofana even sounds more reasonable than Arthur. Like
Fofana don't sound reasonable. Fofana don't sound reasonable,
bro.
It's like, how do you...
At least you know he used to be a quality player.
At least he played.
Oh my God. Man. I can't believe Arthur Mello actually has 0 minutes as well.
Can someone else like please super chat save us from this misery? Because like this is gonna tarnish all of our names forever.
Big up Sean.
People are gonna take a screenshot of this and cook us forever, bro.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. I'm not gonna be associated.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not gonna take it back. Let me make this clear. I'm not gonna take anything back. I'm man of my word. So Sean has just super chatted Mo Salah ahead of Saka. That's a good super chat, Loki. So big up to you.
Team
Hold
is so
that, Saka.
collapsed now.
Hold that. Thank you.
It was clapped before, but God.
You can still take Arthur out with a super chat. So yeah, that's your solution right there. But thank you
This
so much for
chat's
the
not
super
going to
chat,
do
Sean.
that. You know this chat's not going to do that. This chat's going to keep
My
on better
chat are assholes. It's just see, Felipe, the guy beat you to it. Put Salah in there in honor of that fraud Eden Hazard. So Felipe, we're gonna give you I want you to do this team a favor, because I know you don't want me to get embarrassed on social media. Can you please change this with a regular comment? Take out Arthur for someone. Just put in a midfielder. Remember, Henderson, Curtis, and Bruno are 3 different prices. Felipe, tell me now, who am I taking out?
Take out Haaland and put Mitrovic, Felipe.
No. I'm gonna get cooked, man. What is this? People will think I'm not joking, because there is like 5-6 of them actually seriously deserve there as well. So they think I'm being serious as well. Unbelievable. Felipe, your choice. Let's change this right now.
Okay, Philip Billing, what's going on?
We could change that as well. Philip Billing. No, that's not Felipe. That's not Felipe. Unbelievable, man. I still remember last year, what's his name? Just Joe, by the way. Commiserations on relegation. He actually super chatted Calvin Phillips in there. Oh, no. Oh.
Could have at least been Undav for someone.
And you've just been outbid. So hold that, Felipe.
Eddie Nketiah.
Nketiah for Haaland. Hold that, Felipe. You've just been outbid, my brother. So Eddie Nketiah
Not even Hayes.
is our striker. This is so embarrassing. I was so worried someone's gonna super chat Wout Weghorst in there. That's when I'm gonna be like, that is where like I honestly don't know what I'd do to myself. I'm gonna be so really.
Oh God, what is happening to this team?
Oh no! No,
Omar, you have to. That's 20 Egyptian pounds. That's not enough, Omar. You have to check the rules.
Bro,
The rules
that's
have
not
been
even
laid
a
out.
dollar.
Yeah,
Oh,
five British pounds to change for anyone. That's how we're doing it. We're doing it fairly. Fabinho for Rodri in midfield. Let's go. Hey, thank you for the super chat, but I can't lie. I don't even want to do that. Even for
Come
the
on.
super chat.
Someone
Fabinho.
pick Ruben Loftus-Cheek to replace Odegaard. I dare you to put.
Look at this crap. We actually just put Salah and Nketiah Martinelli. Nketiah,
Wait, don't say we. Don't associate me with this.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, that ain't we. That's true. That ain't we. And
Oh no!
Yes, big time. He's being played out of position.
Cole Palmer over Martinelli.
He's put a right wing at left wing. We love to see it.
Is Cole Palmer even on this application?
I don't know. You have to.
Yes.
Hey, big time.
Thank you, AJ, for the super chat, man. So Cole Palmer, Nketiah, and Mo Salah's our front 3.
Thank you,
this
AJ.
is wild, man. This is wild. AJ, thank you for the super chat, though. So look, it's now 8:08. We don't want to keep Igal waiting any longer. So Igal, shout out your channel, my brother, and I posted the link in the comment section so people can come check it out.
Number one's coming.
Yo, big up everyone in the comment section. Shout out to you, Sam, having me on like always. I'm about to go live on my channel, Eagle Talks Football. Staffy's going to be on there. We're going to be talking about transfers. So, of course, for the Liverpool fans, we're going to be talking about McAllister. I do have a Liverpool fan on there, Ram. I'm pretty sure you've had Ram on before, Sam, so they should know. But yeah, thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Always welcome, Igal. Enjoy vibes. So, guys, look, we're not going to keep this going for 5 hours. So, we're going to give you 3 more minutes. After that, the clock is done. So we've just had another super chat here to put Nat Phillips in ahead of Ruben Diaz. Lord have mercy on my soul, man. What is happening? Well, honestly, man, like
My soul.
you guys do realize I actually have to post this on social media, right?
That's why.
Like,
That's why. You said you were going to post it, bro. That's why.
but,
They're doing it to mess you
is
up.
he even on this thing? Oh, he is. Oh my god. The pride of this channel has just gone down the drain, man. We have a center-back partnership of Nat Phillips and Fofana.
Oh my
and look
God.
at that front 3.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Danny Ward for
Oh my
Allison.
God, Danny
All right,
Ward.
I gotta go too because I gotta be on a gal show. But thank you for having me, Hassan.
See you,
And
Staffy,
listen,
man.
guys,
Thanks for
good luck
coming.
with this
Oh.
whatever's going on over here.
Oh,
guys.
this
Hey.
chat's brilliant. This
What's
chat's
going on
brilliant.
is hell right here. But see you, Staffy. See you
Oh
on
my
Thank you guys.
God.
Take care.
See ya. Look at this
So,
team,
guys,
man.
2 more minutes. You have 2 more minutes to change this before we wrap it up. Danny Ward
This
in
is
for Alisson.
this is the definition of having more money than sense.
Yes.
Like,
I wish someone could just. Is he even here? He is here. Oh, my God. Danny Ward. You guys
oh.
understand? I need to listen, Liverpool fans. Instead of complaining, you can edit it. You can
Yeah.
edit it right now. Edit that shit because I'm not. We can't not have Alisson in this team. We cannot. We cannot not have Alisson in this team. Man.
Well, let's get Calvin Phillips in whilst we're at it. Why not? If we're going to
I know.
commit,
Hey.
Look at this team as well. Look at this. I am gonna post. You know, I'm actually gonna say Premier League team of the season and post this crap. You know that, right? So it's not even no explanation. The tweet is gonna be Premier League team of the season, and this is the shit I'm gonna post. So 70 quote tweets on my head top, and the worst part is they see.
Can someone put? Can someone? Oh my God.
Oh God, Haaland
Yeah.
is out already, Chombe. So who are we taking out? Is it Nketiah or Cole Palmer for Kai
I am-
Havertz?
oh,
I'm
don't.
really surprised no one has opted to put in Conor Gallagher for Odegaard yet. That's all, Roger
Yeah.
or something like that. That's what I'm waiting for.
Chombe, you have to tell us who you want out for Kai Havertz because Haaland's already out. So it's either Nketiah or Cole Palmer. It's your choice.
Oh, why not Salah?
Yeah,
Because Salah's been super chatted £14 to put in there.
Oh.
Felipe and the other guy.
Mm,
So his price tag's
comedian.
higher.
Yeah.
I'm so proud that no one did Bruno, no one did Henderson. Alhamdulillah. That's why.
Oh,
you know,
there's still enough
Robin-
time. There's still enough time, Sam, to do that.
Yeah, there's not enough time. There's literally 60 seconds left. You have to edit this team. You know what it is, Andrew and Nobbins. I know you guys like this is the first team of the season video we did together, bro. Last year, people put Adrian in there. People put Curtis Jones in there. People are putting Mason Mount, and I posted it on social media and I got cooked because no one understood the context behind it. So I'm gonna tweet Premier League team of the season. So tell me, Chombe,
You need to
who
do.
am I
But
picking?
you need to do two. You need to do two screenshots. You need to put. This is what we chose, and then we let the chat intervene. That's what you need to put like that. You need to put. This is what the panel chose, and you might disagree with it. That's fine. But then this is what my chat did to my team of the year. That's how they sabotaged it.
My chat is just. You see, this is why at the start I told you guys my subscribers are assholes. This is exactly why. This is exactly why. I saw this coming. I saw this coming.
yeah. They always do it on every single stream that they have a chance to, like the tier list as well. Like put like when you do Player of the Year or rate the squad or something like that, they'll put like rubbish players in Player of the Year or something like that. It's like that's fine. That's all good. It's just oh my God, Arthur
What?
Mello. I've even forgot about this guy. I never forgot he even existed. Arthur Mello.
That
Oh,
guy
my.
came in, got injured, and dipped.
He did it.
Chombe, talk to me, my brother. Who do you want to replace Havertz? Yalla, so we can wrap up, akhi. Who? Chombe, just put in a regular comment. Havertz in for who? Palmer or Nketiah? I can't like Cole Palmer. That Cole Palmer one was cold, though. That was AJ as well. Big up AJ, man.
It's just the
He's
fact that
super
it's like he shouldn't be in there, but it's not even in his best position either.
Yeah, it's just this is just beyond messed up now. You want to hear the worst part? Odegaard's chilling in there.
Oh my
right?
God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh
God.
my God.
Oh
Oh
no!
my God.
Oh no! Rob Holding's the DM now.
Right, I'm never coming back on.
Nobbins, you're saying you're never coming back on. You do realize I have to post this, right? You understand?
Can you leave
I'm
us
not
off
going to
this?
post it and say Premier League team of the season. But anyway, listen, time's up, guys. Khalas. No more. This is already bad enough as is. Look at this crap. Look at this. Danny Ward, Trippier, Fofana, Phillips, Ake, holding Arthur, who has 0 minutes in the Premier League this season. Odegaard, Salah, Nketiah, and Cole Palmer.
Oh, we just.
And we've just made it even worse.
Yeah.
Nah, fam.
You
Nah,
have to
this
do
is
it. You
wild.
have to do it.
I ain't ever doing team of the season ever again. I ain't ever doing this shit. She's just super chatted Curtis Jones in over Odegaard. I hate. Listen, that's it. This is gonna get way worse if we continue. Khalas, I cannot do this anymore. So this is your team, folks. This is your Premier League team of the season.
What have you done?
Oh my
Rob,
God. Oh my
You do
God.
realize of all the howlers, Rob Holding DM is by far the worst one. By far the worst one. By far. By far. Anyway,
God.
khalas, this is the team I'm posting on social media. Big
Oh
up
my
everyone
God.
for joining us. Please do make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Remember to come back at 11 p.m. I'm doing a Chelsea sit-down review with Matisse. You know, so but you can't change their league position though. So that's the thing. Big up to Nelson, AJ, Kenneth, Nadra, Lewis, Felipe, Villan, Messi FC, Chombe, Arsenal Champions League winners, Liam and Kells for the super chats. Big up to you guys. One more last time. This is the team that you guys have messed up. Danny Ward, Trippier, Fofana, Phillips, Ake, Holding, Arthur, Curtis Jones, Salah, Ketia, and Cole Palmer. And I'm gonna have to post it with Team of the Season on Twitter. So my ass is gonna get roasted.
Can I ask you a quick? Can I ask you this? I mean, I'll speak for Nobbins on this. Can you not have us linked to that team of the?
I won't.
Yeah, but you don't. I
Do
save
not
us from that.
associate the Nobbins brand with
Yeah,
this.
I don't want to be associated. I will. You know, I will.
You know
change
what
my
I'm gonna do? I'm
name.
gonna keep it for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I'm gonna post the serious ones later.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm gonna tag you guys.
No,
I'm gonna. You know, I expected people to super chat Salah. What I didn't expect is Nketiah. I didn't expect Holding, and I sure as hell didn't expect Danny Ward. Danny Ward, you know, that's insane. I'm posting it now as soon as the video's over.
I can't believe
So make
someone
sure-
picked a worse player than Melo to sit in his team. They picked Rob Holding in his team.
Somehow Melo hasn't played, and he's still better than Danny Ward, and he's still better than Holding. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. Make sure you come back at 11 p.m. for the show with me and Matisse. I'm gonna post it on social media now. Make sure you guys slap the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're gonna go to the lovely panelists. They're gonna let you know where you can find them. Winter Surfer, my brother. Where can people find you?
So follow me there. I'll post what I'm on. There's a pinned tweet to Casually FC. We're on our way to 2K. It's mostly Chelsea stuff, but everyone's welcome. Bants and stuff like that. I'm now about to go on Big Six Bants. I'll put the link in there in the chat as well. So I'll be there discussing Chelsea stuff over there. But more importantly, just follow everyone here. Subscribe to their channel. Subscribe to this channel. Like the video. Share the video. Because you obviously like this content because you've interacted so much. So do that, please.
I knew Curtis Jones was coming as well. You guys are just the biggest assholes. Hey, put Allison back. I love you, Chombe. Thank you for saving us. Just right at the bell.
I don't know how much that really saves it. Looking at that.
Who did he say for? Oh, he said Kai Havertz. So basically, we're gonna take off Nketiah. Oh God! So we're gonna take off.
I'd rather keep Nketiah in this team than Kai Havertz, but you know.
So we're gonna take off Nketiah and we're gonna put Kai Havertz. I'm gonna post it on social media now, Chombe. So lock in. But thank you for putting Allison back, Chombe. I appreciate that so much.
Allison
No,
would be
but
the greatest
fantastic debate,
goalkeeper
my
of all
brother.
time. Allison
Great
would be the greatest
debates.
goalkeeper of all time if he does this.
100%. Great debates, Nobbins. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so it's L Nobbins FC on YouTube. If you like in-depth analysis videos, if you like football video essays and like little mini documentaries, like I did one on busting the Fraudiola myth, then yeah, YouTube L Nobbins FC.
Okay, big up to you, Nobbins, man. And make sure to go subscribe to his channel. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm about to post it on social media, the one that you guys ruined. And Kai Havertz is going to be in a team of the season. I'm done, man. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to Nobbins. Make sure you follow Andrew. Make sure you follow them both. Follow everyone on the stream as well. Make sure you come back at 11 p.m. as well, inshallah, for the show with me and Matisse. We're going to review Chelsea. Big up for all the lovely panelists. And we'll see you guys back at 11, inshallah. Peace.